So we bought D23 Nissan Navara rock sliders for an Np300, which means that the mounts won't exactly line up. So what I've had to do is, these two are actually alright. I've had to cut this last mount off and it just hits one of the supports, so I've just got to move it down about 75 mil and then just weld it back on. So I've got to do that to both sides because the support runs directly across the chassis. And yeah, we'll weld her up and paint it and hopefully it fits. So I'm just going to grind the points where I'm going to weld. I've got a mark here that's 75 mil down from where it needs to be. You want to grind that surface nice and flat, and then I want to make sure that this is decked or flat, and I'm going to pop that one on there. I'm just going to tack weld it, pop it up and see how it fits. Try and hold everything as square as I can, and we'll just have to see how it looks after. You can always grind the tack welds off and re-square it. Perfectly square. Alright, so I think we're a good distance away from the front wheel and the back wheel. And I'll just hop under the car. So this is the part that we needed to miss. As you can see there, it looks like it's going to go straight up. Hopefully it'll slide past this. Might have to take that off. But the rest of it looks like it's going to clear. Built, because they're heavy. Alright, so it looks like that's going to fit. So I'm going to just run a couple hopefully nice beads around that. I'm not the best welder, so we'll just have to see how it turns out, but it should at least be strong, and I can flap this back any weird looking welds. I always wear a long sleeve shirt when I'm welding, because believe it or not you can get a sunburn off it. I've had my arms burnt before and it wasn't good. Alright, safety first, I always say. Actually came out pretty good. It looks like you can tell when the welds are nice and flat like that they've got good penetration. If you start to see them bubble up a little bit like this, it sort of means that it's not biting in. You need to sort of turn your welder up or change your style, I guess. Here's me coaching welding and I can't even weld. Keep checking square as we go. Yep, so that's spot on. Let's check the bottom. Yeah, so it's all looking pretty good. So we'll put welds right around it. I like to put paint on it while it's a little bit hot, so the paint sticks a little bit better, but I'll tidy it up. There's some old paint. This is bought second hand, so there's some old white paint on it. I want to get that off. Just paint it up, make it look pretty, and then we'll bolt it up. And you can see some rust here, maybe where he's hit before. You always want to paint your welds, so I always 100% wax and grease remove any sort of material that you're painting, just so the paint sticks and there's no dirt underneath. You can see what comes off, and you don't want your paint sticking to that. Alright, so I've got some bolts, they're M12 by 100. This last mount here has actually got a welded thread on the back of it, so I imagine that's to help with fitting it up. So we'll put that one on first, hopefully the rest go up nice and easy. Slide a bolt through the top, Nylox nut on the back, and then just 2 washers to suit, and she won't be going anywhere. So we've got just a bolt sitting in that one. I had to pull it back off again because this part here, the weld was sticking out too far. So I've just grinded just the side of that weld back off, and now it goes up quite nicely because it's the perfect thickness of the chassis. It was driving up like a wedge and it just wasn't going up enough. So we should be right to pop some bolts in it now. These lines have been just lifted up off the chassis just for now. What I'll do is I'll make sure that, because this bolt here is threaded, that those lines aren't going to vibrate on top of this bolt and eventually rub through. Some rolls of adhesive strip with rubber foam on it, and what I'm going to do is just take it off. The stuff's quite sticky, so it should stay on there. So I've just sat that on top of that bolt, and it should stick to these lines up here, and that'll stop it from rubbing in.